Hey everybody, welcome back. Guess who's back? Back again. NL's back. Tell your friends. It's 9 a.m. on the average weekdays. Some more super auto pets. Dare I do the same thing that I did last time? I will, and I will continue to enjoy the idea of it. Let me be a sold piece. This would be a great opportunity to get a rare unification of synergy in nomenclature and mechanics, okay? It's funny to think they probably draw if they just combine into one unit, right? I'll run this. I'm all about running a sort of a pseudo-goofy team here. It's not even goofy because the stats are really good. It's just like most people, myself included, would save the level and get it on turn 3 instead. Well, we're cooking something different, you know? If it's rock, paper, scissors. If I always throw rock, you start throwing paper more often, then maybe it's time for me to throw some scissors into this joint. Not interested. I'm not that interested. I'm always a little interested, but I would rather get something else. For the time being, we take this, and we'll level up on turn 4 instead, for reasons that only I understand, I guess. You got me. Porcupine just does a really good job in the early game. If you get a Porcupine, I ain't mad at you. I'm going to keep you around just because we don't get a chance to level you all that much. I'm also not getting a level. I don't know why I thought I was getting a level out of that. Dump you up here. Place you right here. This is a level. I'm almost like, should I sell you and just get a peacock? But no, that's boring. Just take your level. With God as my witness, I think a sheep goes insane right now. I think dolphin could be worse, for sure. Like, you could do worse than the dolphin. But I think a sheep is just such absurd efficiency at this stage of the game. Unless it gets killed by their dolphin. Oh my God. If my sheep had lived, that otter would have been eating dirt right now. But it's not the way she goes, brother. It's not the way she goes. I'm going to sell you. I'm going to buy you. I'm going to give you garlic. And apparently we're building around a large chinchilla right now. It's an interesting way to think about the game, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. This actually might be the kind of run where you try to get like a monkey going. Sorry. You're welcome. That's pretty big. Also think skunk goes crazy. Forget about the otter. You'd much rather have a skunk out there. And I'm not sold on the platypus with one spot remaining and like no cell triggers coming out of it. Clownfish. Would I sell a chinchilla? Would I give up on this chinchilla to get a clownfish out there? I don't think that I would. Holy cow, it's a strong lad. I don't think that I would. Let's go! I'm going to give up on a skunk, but only temporarily. We can rebuild the skunk at that level. These units are not what I wanted to see. Why don't you take that? Again, the Hercules beetle is unlikely to have a future. Hercules beater? I don't think so, unless Hades is here. It doesn't have a future, but it decidedly has a present. I mean, did you see what it did for us right there? Shark me and garlic me. Now we can dump the chinchilla. Ideally, I'd love to get a fly going. That's just the reward that you get for doing well is you have to play against good teams. One day I'll realize that and stop being so amazing. Never mind, I won again. I'm sorry. Tier 5's now unlocked. No matter what, you absolutely need to give the chocolate to the shark. It's mission critical. I don't think you need to level up the sheep. The sheep at its present level is already doing all that it needs to do. Now, you got to get out of here for something. And I don't know what that something is yet. It could have been a crane. It could have been a contender, Marlon Brando, on the waterfront. There are two porcupines, okay? Some people have no shame in this world, okay? And that's what happens to you when you're a guest. Get owned. You gotta go. It's gotta be for the right cause. I don't think it's gonna be, it's the fly. You're gonna get one fly trigger. When you die, you won't get a fly trigger. You'll get 2 off the sheep. Okay, and then I was literally just about to say the clownfish. Thank you. That's a big buff. And I'm going to roll. I thought about that being like a German Shepherd opportunity. Now, originally I was going to go garlic on our clownfish, but I'm thinking melon on the clownfish might be a more sensible play. We're going to be going up against some incredible teams. So just like, get ready. Peacock counters us pretty good, admittedly. And yet... Do you buy an onion just as anti-seahorse protection? It's so stupid, but imagine. It's just, listen, maybe I've played too much of this game, but I'm still having fun. But it's just funny, and if it ever comes to pass that this saves us a round or even gets triggered once, we will feel so smart. So I am now actively rooting for like every enemy team to have a seahorse, please. Quite a strong lad. No deny in the strength of this lad, but we drew on that, okay. Probably win with garlic, but never tell me the odds. I'm going to say it's a little late for carrot. Pita. You got to go next. And the shrimp is still, predominantly it exists because it's giving us a bunch of triggers on the shark via both itself and the fly. Okay, this team's going to eat us alive. That's just, it's science. It's a guarantee. This team is just substantially better than my team. Fair enough. Still got 3 life remaining. Half-life, full life consequences. Some chocolate. No chocolate. No blueberries. You gotta go. But for what? I would cut you. I would cut you right away for a level 3 shark. And then we gotta figure out what's going in this spot instead. And it could be a German Shepherd, but a German Shepherd without a way to scale the German Shepherd seems a little crazy. We're starting to run into the dragon teams, brother. Huge. Okay, we cut through the strongest unit. We've done it. Okay, again, another situation where garlic would have been ideal. But it's so freaking funny to have the onion on them instead. We're on 9. Could we find the space for a dragon to work? Without a doubt. But this is also really... I mean, I think we should stick with this. And also, it's kind of funny. If I have to send a monkey out there, I would. I've tried the Highland cow this week. 5, 6, 3, 3. I've tried the Highland cow this week. I totally think it can work, but you need something to scale it. And with a level 1 monkey as essentially our only scaler. I guess a level 3 clownfish is a scaler in its own right as well. Level 2 grizzly, huh? I'm feeling totally fine. We got to 10. Now, the onion never paid off. But still, I am very smart, right? Yeah, I would say pretty good 10-piece. I'm telling you, it just makes sense. As does this. Okay, and I'll do what I did last time. Let me be a leaking piece. I'll do what I did last time. I'll take the turn 2 level up. Just an early peacock is really good. Now, if you get an early porcupine, if you level on the next turn instead, that's true, but that's really not what we're looking for. But it's nice to get the shrimp secured, I suppose. And we are very far away from a level up. So that is also bad. And yet, we... Average size draw. You thought I was going to lose, and then boom, average size draw. Okay, how about this? And then greatly unwind the squad. Start here, because you can always sell the beaver later. Okay, and that's how it's going to be. Well, in that case, I'm just going to buy it. And then we'll be 4-squatted. Okay, great. Buy, sell. Would have been a level, so be it. So I see rice on a beaver, plausible. But honestly, if I'm going to invest like resources into this beaver, I would rather just keep it around because it's strong right now. And then toss it a garlic and then sell it, like sell high later. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But for right now, I feel like this is a secure position. Totally fine. We're probably going to end up putting the beaver over here, but we can't fit it for now. Well, we can fit it, but then we'd be half squatted. Don't you like being half squatted? It depends on the situation. We already got a decent amount of HP. It might be nice to have 3 more damage out here in this situation. You know, there's no such thing as a universal rule in Super Auto Pets. You got to play against the, you know, the opponents you're going up against. The meta for the week, there's probability involved. Okay, you now have to go. Even though you're at 2-6, you got to go because we need to maximize the shrimp placement in order to get as many buffs as possible on the units that matter more. Roll me. Oh, honestly, this matters the most, in my opinion. I don't 4-squad lightly, but rules are made to be broken, okay? Garlic on a peacock is a foundational piece of loot technology. We still lose, but I don't think throwing, you know, an African penguin out there is going to change the situation. I'm going to say this is not a Doberman run. This is a buffalo run, and this is the end of the beaver's existence. And the buffalo will make up for the stats the beaver had in like no time flat. Certainly a situation where it's worth selling a 1-3 to get a permanent 2-2 plus the shrimp difference. Certainly, right? Right? I'm going to try to throw this dude out of front. So we have 4 life, 2 wins. It's only round 6, and we got a big scaler, and we got a strong peacock. It already has garlic. This is literally just the strongest team you're ever going to see in your life. So, like 3 clownfish, you can't be upset about that. You lost to the best of them. Somebody call the Foo Fighters. We're not going to be selling this turn. So focus on the buffs this turn. This is good, man. And I'm not talking about John. Even if we lose this round, to get a big-time scaler out there, the peacock gets such asymmetrical benefits. Oh, I really thought we were going to win anyway. The peacock gets such asymmetrical benefits out of being buffed. We buy and sell. It's all about getting this buffalo off the ground now, while simultaneously buffing the peacock. We go for a half-value platypus. That's life. Losing 1 gold for multiple triggers. You buy me, but you don't run me position 1. You run me like here, because we're going to save you as a sellable for next turn. And you need garlic. I shouldn't have rolled past the garlic. Now, this round, we cannot lose. We need to win like 4 in a row for me to have any confidence that we're going to make it. That's a good start. I was getting a little scared. I'm not going to lie to you. All right. You're going to sell me. You're definitely going to take your level. And I don't think there's any place for these. You can tell I'm thinking. I got my hand on my chin. We need to buy a unit to get sold for next time. But it doesn't have to be a penguin just to get the limited buff. It might... Okay, it makes way more sense to run you out here. Forget about that. We still need garlic on you, although we are getting close to melon territory. I know we're only getting half the value out of the platypus. That's why I call it a half-value platypus. This team's going to eat me alive. It's just honestly a really tough team to deal with. But now we're in losers bracket. With God as my witness, I think we may have the strongest team in losers bracket. I think we might be the best team in the pool right now on 1 life on round 10. Now, I don't need to tell you I'm willing to bet on that because we don't have a choice either way. Come on. Thank you. That's big. Sell me again. I think in this case, I'm so confident I'm not going to lose. We run the beaver instead of the seal to get the extra sell trigger out of it next time. Double damage. Double damage. How could you? That I feel like we had an amazing team. I feel like our team was incredible. I don't know what went wrong. They put out a hit on us, man. Just give me a beaver for now. This seems like a very drawable first round, okay? I'll be a nasty sardine. I don't mind the fishy fish. A mackerel? I'll go to town on a mackerel. Now, a sardine and anchovy. I think the Ninja Turtles were definitely right when they ordered their pizza with no anchovies. I'm not anti-anchovy, but I will say I've only had an anchovy pizza, I'm going to say once in my entire life. And it was at a friend's house. And they were Portuguese. And I didn't know that there was a... I don't know if it's a stereotype or a cultural observation. Apparently, Portuguese people tend to enjoy anchovies on their pizza. I was eating the pizza, and I said, this pizza's good. What's that topping that makes it so salty? And they said, that's an anchovy. Now, I don't know if it was because they told me it was a tiny little fish, and I was a little bit more of a picky eater at the time than I am today, or if it's because it's maybe actually a little gross. But after they told me it was an anchovy, the pizza didn't taste as good anymore. And that's entirely not their fault. But that's just the real story, and that's I'm giving it to you as it was given to me. All right, not the most exciting game so far. 3 draws in a row. Our win condition right now is as many matches for the panda as possible. Also, levels do matter for us, for sure. I'm not really that sold on the chinchilla getting to level 3, though. I really think this is going to be panda buffing a garlicked hedgehog. That's how I look at this run right now. And then you put a snake in front of the hedgehog. I shouldn't do this, because now I'm like... behind the hedgehog, I should say. But now I'm getting married to the concept of this run that like has not come to pass yet. Bro, this is such a good time to get a buffalo out here. Its stats can go so sicko mode. Sell me, buy me. You're already a 12-12. Just take the garlic. A 12-12 garlic on round 5 is honestly just cruel. And then we just focus on getting those buy sells out here, and we got a good thing going on. Now, they got their own 11-7, hold the garlic, but that's not 11-7 and 12-12 garlic are 2 very different classes of units, okay? So you're going to get sold. If we're selling anyway, we should get the shrimp out there. It's just the right way to handle things. I'm so sorry to do this to you. Now, can we sell 3 more, friends? We can, can't we? But buying a panda just to sell it to get an extra 2-2 buff. This is like criminal, man. If I just put it on top of you, it generates an extra 1-1 buff. I think we should accept the fact that we're not going to get the extra trigger. Or did we already get it now that I think about it? I don't know. Okay, Skunk. Skunk is going to do really well against our team. It's just, I mean, it's a soul read. That's why we need to have some degree of wide scaling as well, which we do not have. But have mercy on yourself, brother. It's only turn 7, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. To maximize... To maximize the number of cell triggers we get, I'm going to go crazy mode and I'm going to combine the shrimp. Stop that. Get some help. This is definitely a sellable. I'd love to see another platypus. I'd love to see another buffalo. So we're not going to sell, because we're not going to sell this turn. A skunk of our own might be a way to counter the great skunkening. A skunk is the most obvious thing that blows us out right now. So, oh my God, stop running the skunk, brother. Stop running the skunk. It hurts. It's so sane is the worst part, but it hurts. Okay. Now, our own skunk, again, there's merit involved there. We could temporarily run 2 skunks until we find a compelling reason not to. Now, this is very nice. I feel like this would go crazy too and will actually work just fine. Although a 2-4, 2-4, okay, no. It's not really a poodle build as it stands. You put the crane behind the panda, and then after the first shot, you're very, very likely to get value out of the crane, assuming the crane doesn't die to something. So far, so good. We also need to maintain viable sellables. We can always get rid of our shrimp. We're not getting crazy payout out of the shrimp right now. It is like a free value add, but like... we're not going to get it this turn anyway, so don't get attached. It might seem like our team's a little decrepit, but I disagree. It is all our eggs in one basket, so we just never want to see a skunk on our opponent. We also never want to see double damage on our opponent. So you can see there's a lot of things we don't want to see. And that's okay. I will. There's a part of me that thinks this is a great opportunity for a grizzly bear. We gotta get viable sellables for you to get going though, man. Like one platypus is a 4/4 buff permanently on our buffalo. Come on now. You would really do that to me? Never mind, this is the perfect run. It's the perfect run. Okay, we're at 5 wins. I'm going through a crisis of faith. Take your level, forget about the skunk. I know. We're also not selling anything on this turn. But one day we're gonna get a platypus. I'm sticking with it as is, okay, man? I'm sticking with it as is. Okay, level 2 walrus. Decidedly not what we want to see, except it somehow worked out. Thank you, melon armor from the crane. That's why I won't let anybody insult my crane, okay? You're gonna level. We're not doing any sales. I've noticed that as well. You might as well level your skunk then, if you're not doing anything else. Now these are heavy sellable moments here. But what are you gonna give up? Are you gonna give up the panda? The panda's like a 2023 buff right now. And I'm not just saying that because it's the current year, brother. You're gonna give up the crane? The crane has been the difference maker in like all of your most recent rounds. You gotta give up the grizzly bear. It hasn't even gotten a chance to work yet. You're right, it's a mature decision, but it pains me mightily to do it. I'm sorry, but it's true. You hitting level 2 also feels like it could be very important. And maybe just running the double skunk setup is something we got to consider plausible, man. I'm not buying... I was going to say beans. I'm not buying bacon at this stage of my life, okay? 2 level 2 skunks or maybe maybe 1 level 2 crane. I don't know. I'm still... That's a really, really smart play on your Highland cow here, brother. That's going to be... It's not going to be hard to get away from. It's going to be impossible. I'm putting my faith in the crane. I can't shake the feeling on round 14 that if this run was going to win, it had to win earlier than what we managed to do. Like, this is just a disaster. Because teams are now, like, grossly outpacing us. I think it's prayer ball. I think you're just rooting for... 10 is not realistic. I think you're rooting for opponents who can maybe you match well against and maybe you get to 8. I would settle for 8, man. I'd feel okay. Okay, I'd settle for 7, actually. Not that bad, but our team hit a dead end for sure. Either way, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I will see you next time. See ya.